Hey everyone, this is Matthew Butler, and this is a tutorial here on how to use the write-on effect in After Effects, and this is a pretty in-depth look into what you can do to write text on. Here's an example right here. I made a quick little animation here. That's basically what we'll be learning how to do right now, and how to make sure that when you're coming around corners like this one, what to do so you're not going to have part of the text show up that shouldn't be written yet. So help into After Effects, make a new composition, new solid. Actually no new solid. Let's just make some text. We'll call it text. Woo, fun stuff. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Full. Alrighty. Oh. Okie dokes. So hop in here to FX, look up write-on. There it is. Okie dokes. So the first thing you want to do is you have this brush position, and basically wherever you put this is where you're going to have it writing on the text or your logo or whatever. Color obviously is the color of this little dot, and for right now you want it red, and it doesn't really matter, you just want a different color than the background and the text so you can tell where it's going. Brush size is the size of the brush right there. We're going to be animating that. Hardness is how this corner here of the circle, how soft or hard it is. Right now we're going to want it pretty soft, so in like the 40% area, because it'll look like it has a motion blur on it when you have the little soft edge, which is great because it looks a lot better. Opacity of the brush, yep, obviously opacity. Stroke length, we're not going to mess with at all. Brush spacing, I'll be able to show you that in a few minutes once we start animating. Basically, if we move this really fast, you're going to have like little dots on here because the brush spacing is so low. And if you just like set it to really low, like 001, you're going to have a problem that this little the edge on the hardness level, that will basically it won't do anything now because it's such like a quick amount of brushes being placed. Paint time property, color, opacity none, not going to mess with that. Brush time properties, we are going to be messing with this. This is going to be size we want. Can do hardness, but we don't need hardness, so basically the size, when we go to like small areas of this text, we can just crank that down and it'll animate, and without turning that on it will not animate. And finally we got the paint style, which at the very end will be turning on to reveal original image, so it'll be wiping on like that. And that's basically the write-on effect in depth, so let's hop right in and start doing it. You want to make a keyframe for the brush and a keyframe for the brush size. Once that's taken care of, push a U, pops up your keyframes, and you're going to be messing with page down a lot. So go a few frames and move this guy around, and here's the little bumps I was talking about. That's each thing, each brush. So if we crank this down a little bit, you'll see there's more coming in. We don't want too many because then it'll take away the hardness. So we got that right there. A few more frames, come back down, and down. Then a few more frames, oops, right on there. A few more frames, go to the E, trace it around. Now, spacing or the size we're going to mess with afterwards. You just want to make sure that you basically have this area all working, covering up everything while it's while we're doing this. And going down to the X and over to the T. Usually I would start at the top of the T, I think, if I'm writing. Go all the way down and then cross the T. I'd usually come across this way. There you go. And now we can just go like that, and you can actually see the text animating. But as you can see right here, that's a whole bunch of nonsense. That's not looking good. Like you're writing that, you got part of the E, yeah, big problems. So first off, we can change this brush size, drop that down a little, go a few more frames, make it, let's say 27. Few more frames. Oh, notice that we got the dots. We're going to need to increase the brush size so that doesn't happen. Taken care of. Let's drop the brush size down now. Too small still. You notice this E I didn't get all the way, so you can easily just pull this little guy up and you'll be all set to animate. Fix any problems that you had. There we go. And make just another keyframe there. X. Ooh, we need to increase the size for the X. And down. And then the T. Okie dokes. Now that that's taken care of, the size, we can get more advanced with this, and we're going to need to make masks. Now there's two ways to do this basically. You can make another solid and just have masks animated this way and cover up any area that you don't want showing right away, or you can just put the mask actually on the text layer. Just for this sake, I'm just going to use the masks on the actual text. So what I'm going to do is make a mask starting at this bottom of the T area, and then we're going to want to go to subtract for the mask and make sure there's a keyframe there. So once it animates on, goes down right here. Once that happens, I'm going to make another keyframe and move that out of the way. Once that's out of the way, we can move it over to the E. Do a little bending on this guy. And right there. And we have to do the bottom part of the E as well. Oh, I'm doing this backwards. There we go. Excuse me. So we got that going. Right here, we need to move the mask. So, make another keyframe. Move this guy down just a tad. Now that it's over all the way, need to make it over here. And that's the E. You can copy all of these now and move them off. I'm going to need to move that as well. Right here, this guy. There we go. I can delete those keyframes because I really didn't need those. Alright, moving over to the X. Make straight. and we're probably going to need to make another mask, so I can push G, that brings up the mask. Make sure it's subtract and make a keyframe on that guy. And now we're going to need a keyframe there. Move this guy down. Come on. Alright. Move that out of the way. I'm just going to edit this a little bit. There we go. And then we're going to move this bottom mask. There. Moving over to the T, and all you need to do is get that corner again. Move everything over. Make sure it's not on any of the old text that you have behind this red color. Grab the other one, move it over. Align that to the T. And you're good to go. You want to make sure that these guys, there's two ways you can do this instead of making these keyframes every so often. You can just right click on them and make toggle hold keyframes, which will just move right out of the way so they won't animate at all. Yeah, that'd probably make life easier for you guys. Recommend it for this at least. Moving over to the T. Gonna have to move this now. And then move that. And you're all set. Change the paint style to reveal original image, and let's watch it animate. Much better. Now it looks like it's actually writing on. Now you can easily select this, put it in a subcomp, change the timing if you wanted to. Time, enable time remapping, and then make it at, what was it, just over 1 second. And delete this last guy. Select this, hold down Option or Alt, or actually you don't need to hold down anything, you just have to select this one keyframe. You can drag it out if you want it to animate slower, or if you need it to animate really fast. Let's say you have a lot of text, you can do that. So that's basically it. The write-on effect is very, very useful for writing text on. It might be a little time consuming, but it gets the job done. I hope you found this tutorial very informative, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Thanks.